Hello, ladies and gents. It's the Media Men. I'm Ben.
And I'm Keegan.
So, Keegan, what did you think of this most recent Star Wars episode?
I thought it was really good. I liked it more than the last episode because it was kind of, the last episode ended with a to be continued. So I always tend to like the continued part more because it wraps up everything that was established in the first episode. I really liked that Kanan kind of came around with the clone troopers and was like more trusting of them during their battle with the Empire in the Sandstorm.
Yeah, I really liked that as well. I thought this was an excellent episode. It was really good. Like, I don't really have anything negative to say about it. I like how they used the Force to like feel where the ATs were and to and the Imperial walkers were and to destroy them and stuff. I thought that was really cool. I love the whole moment where Kanan and Ezra came back, whipped out their lightsabers, and Rex got all excited. He was like, just like the good old days.
Oh, that
was cool.
that was great in like so many senses. I mean, the main one for me just being kind of like nostalgia of watching Rex fight with Anakin and Ahsoka and stuff and fighting side by side with the Jedi. And then like when they came out, you had like the Star Wars music playing and I was just getting all hyped up just listening to it. It was really kind of emotional to watch, if you understand.
It was awesome. And what's crazy about that is that I just finished the Clone Wars episodes like a few months ago. So like it wasn't a show that I ceased watching a while ago. I binge watched the whole thing recently. So it's really great. I mean, I was so happy with those moments. Those were so touching. And I like how Rex keeps bringing up Anakin, how great he was to fight alongside. Which makes me feel as if Rex is going to find out about him being Darth Vader. And I wonder how he's going to take it. I feel like he's going to be like, no, something like, there must be a reason. Like, I feel like he's going to attempt to rationalize it. Or either that or be like really upset.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's just going to be like kind of distraught, at least at first. I mean, he met up with Ahsoka at the end of that episode. So you gotta figure that him and Ahsoka might talk about it a little bit and like kind of get their opinions. Like Ahsoka might bring up like, I felt a very familiar force that was reminiscent of Anakin, and then Rex might not believe her perhaps, or they might fight against him or something. And Rex could easily recognize the fighting style, I'm sure, since they fought so many battles together. So
yeah, well, though, I mean, I'm sure Darth Vader had to augment his strategy with the suit, but I feel
it's possible.
I'm very eager to see how they deal with this. This is going to be very interesting. I hope that Rex and Ahsoka do at least kind of gather an explanation together for how this could have happened, because I would hate to see them just like be really upset, and they're obviously going to be upset, but I want them to come up with something. I don't want them to just be in denial, or I don't know. I want them to handle it as rationally as they possibly can. I guess.
Yeah. I feel like they have to, in some way, rationalize it in their heads and maybe try to move past it, or just kind of, maybe feel like this isn't the same Anakin that they knew.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to be like, well, obviously something's changed, something happened that caused this to happen, because the Anakin that they fought with was a great Jedi, so I definitely think that they're going to explore that a little bit.
And I feel like because Rex keeps talking so highly of Anakin, that it's kind of foreshadowing for him finding out what happened to his former general.
Yeah, I wonder if Ahsoka and Rex are going to keep it a secret, because I know that it seemed as if Darth Vader's identity was a mystery to everyone. Though
it did seem that way.
Though I could be wrong, but it seemed like they were trying to keep it kind of close. I'm not entirely sure how to deal with it. I guess we'll find out.
Well, I think that once Anakin became Darth Vader, in their minds, Anakin was dead. Like, he doesn't exist anymore. So I think that's kind of how they see it in the dark side. Like, so because he doesn't exist, there's no need for him to bring it up. I mean, you even saw him talking to Sidious in the third person of Anakin.
Yeah, they do that in Empire Strikes Back as well.
Yeah, so I think it's not so much that they're trying to cover it up. It's just there's not enough people that know, and they're not going to acknowledge that that's Anakin because they don't believe Anakin is still alive. Like, it is Darth Vader. who
Right.
they think it is.
Oh man, I'm just so eager to see the interactions with them because they were his friends. He betrayed them completely, and oh man, it's gonna be emotionally intense. Probably cry.
You know, on the brighter side, I started cracking up when Rex kind of dissed the stormtroopers, saying they weren't as good as clone troopers.
Oh yeah, that
and he's
was
just
great.
like, we'll send some stormtroopers, and then Rex just gets on and is like, you're gonna need to send all of them for us.
Yeah, you're gonna need a better class of soldier.
So, I mean, that I started dying because you gotta love Rex. He's got such a great sense of humor. He had it in the Clone Wars, and he still has it now. Like, he keeps a positive outlook on battles and war and stuff. So, it's really funny to see him. Like, they knew they were in a terrible situation, but yet for some reason they just felt like they just had to edge him on a little bit more.
Yeah, Rex is he's such a great character. I mean, I can't wait to see how else they use him because now, those clones are a part of the Rebel team.
Yeah, they
At
are.
least for now, so.
And it's good because we saw their marksman skills. And
yes, they're much better than the stormtroopers.
Yeah, much better. I mean, they were pinpoint accurate with like all of their shots. So I love seeing them be so awesome with their like combat skills.
Oh yeah. So did you feel that there were any negatives? If you really had to try and nitpick, is there anything that maybe they could have done better, or maybe that bothered you a little bit?
I mean, really, off the top of my head, I can't think of anything that I was like, well, that was weird, or like, that was stupid. Like, yeah. I thought it all came together very well as an episode.
I thought so too. I just thought it was great. I think there's only been two episodes of Rebels now, excluding Siege of the Fall. So, I don't know. It was really good. This season is really shaping up to be good. Though, I don't feel like that's just the Clone Wars bias because we like the show. I actually really feel like these episodes are better.
Yeah, I agree. I think like they're on a whole new level than they were on season 1.
Yeah. It feels much more connected to the universe with Darth Vader, and you have the characters from Clone Wars, and I think that's part of the reason.
Yeah, I mean, when you connect all the universes, that's what makes it awesome. And to see old familiar characters show up kind of pulls on your heartstrings a bit when you see that they haven't died, and you're like, yes!
Yes, those are my favorites. I'm so glad they didn't die. How did you feel about Ahsoka's and Rex's reunion?
Oh, I loved it. I mean, that's the only reaction you can expect from them. They were best friends too, so she was Anakin's Padawan, and they also fought side by side for a long time, and it's great to see them back together. I want to see them fight again together, which I'm sure we will throughout this season, but I'm really waiting for that moment because I just think that it's going to be so awesome.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm so happy. That I got a little watery eyed. I got a little emotional during that. I was so happy to see them reunited.
And you can see that like Rex kind of still thinks of her as like a general, as a Jedi, but she's just like you're one of my best friends. Give me a hug. Like,
yeah, that was beautiful, man. That was really good. Kind of gushing over here, but another thing that I really liked about the episode, which you had mentioned, kind of backtracking a little bit here, I like how Kanan decided to go back and save the clones, because when they first left, I actually wasn't completely sure. I mean, in reality, Kanan's like a good person, so he was like, all right, I can put aside my grievances and go save them. But I really like how they dealt with that, and I really like, Ezra, you're right, we have to go save them, and then they did it, and that was great.
I like that he acknowledged that Ezra was correct. Because, he didn't want to listen to Ezra, but he was like, all right, well, you're right. Like, I gotta get over it, because they did help us out a lot, and they seem like pretty cool dudes.
Yeah. I also really enjoy Ezra's, like, childlike wonderment. I mean, he is a child.
Yeah.
But still, that's really cool. I like that.
You can see that he still doesn't trust himself as a Jedi, too. I mean,
oh, yeah.
Like, he had to be assured a lot by his fellow friends that he was able to pull off that shot to take down the walker.
Oh, yeah. I really like how the clones encouraged him. They're like, you're a Jedi. You're a Jedi too, Kanan. These are things that only you guys can do. You guys can do it. And that was great, too. I just thought their whole dynamic was great. I almost wish that these episodes were aired more like Siege of Lothal in that we get 45 minutes instead of 20 minutes, and then waiting another week.
Yeah, I think
20 more minutes.
It's because it has such a great story arc. I think that it could actually thrive in a 45-minute series because there's not much difference between making a 45-minute episode and making a part 1 and part 2 of an episode.
Right. I would almost feel as if they're made that way, and then they find a good stopping point, and then they write a stopping point into the story so that they can do that. I think part of the reason, other than, the more people that view it, if you separate it out, you're going to get more views, right?
Yeah.
But also, I think kids, because at the end of the day, this is a show targeted at kids. Though I would bet that a large portion of the audience are our age or even older.
Yeah, I agree with that. I also think that putting it in 2 episodes gives you sometimes a better cliffhanger to bring people back more.
It hooks you. The problem is that they're 20-minute episodes.
Yeah, so when you get hooked after 20 minutes, then it's like, I got to wait another week for this.
Yeah,
20-minute episode.
They're well paced though. At least so far, these 2 episodes, they were very well paced. I didn't feel like, oh, why did you stop there? It was more of like I can't wait to see what happens.
Yeah, no, I agree with you for sure. One thing I did notice though was we saw the new Inquisitor come, right?
Oh yeah.
On his back, he had his lightsaber. If you noticed, it also had a ring around it, like the previous Inquisitors. So, do all Inquisitors get like a rotating blade like that? You think? I don't know if you noticed that.
No, I noticed that too, and I would think that's like part of their thing, because it seems like the Inquisitors are like almost like Sith bounty hunters. I know they're not Sith, they're like dark assassins. The more of what Asajj Ventress was initially in the Clone Wars.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would think that's just like part of their tradition in the same way that all Jedis create their own lightsabers or whatever, just part of their tradition.
Yeah, because I don't know. I like that lightsaber. I thought it was a really cool design.
Yeah, I thought so too. I always like new. I know some older Star Wars fans complain about that kind of stuff, but I always like when they come up with fancy new designs. I always think they're really interesting, and it was practical in the sense that like the whole spinning thing was very.
Yeah, I think a large part of why I like it is like it really gets you attached to not only the character but their personal lightsaber. It doesn't make you feel so much as like, I know they did it in a lot of the movies, but they just picked up any lightsaber and went with it. But like when you get attached to the lightsaber, because that's their lightsaber and stuff, it adds to their character, and it's nice to see like them demonstrate a personality through their saber.
Definitely. Actually, going a little bit off topic, I actually think that's great that they're using Anakin's lightsaber throughout at least in the new movie.
Yeah.
So I think that's really smart, because you have that connection that connects all the films together in that way. So that's really cool too.
I think it's also very symbolic of wherever the new movie is going to go, a movie series.
I do as well. I'm interested to see how much this series connects to the movie. I wonder if any characters could possibly show up in future movies. It'll probably connect in some way to Rogue One, since in the time frame this show and Rogue One happened pretty close together. That's one of the anthology movies.
I wouldn't be so set on seeing. I mean, I would love to see these characters in one of the new movies, but I just think it's a little less likely because the movies kind of tend to go their way, and then everything else is based off of that kind of. And also, the movies are set so far in advance from where Rebels is right now.
Oh yeah,
they'll be old people by the time that comes out.
Very true.
Because you got to figure, you saw how old like Han and Leia are. They're like their parents' generation.
Yeah, it's the new movies take 30 years after the end of Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's true. So I think it's a little bit of prediction time. Do you think that Darth Vader is going to kill Ahsoka?
I hope to God not.
I really hope not. I want a powerful moment. I want like a moment where he's going to do it, and then he kind of holds back.
I would love that. What really makes me nervous, even more than Ahsoka, is Rex, because he's already an old man.
Yeah.
So you gotta figure in a natural order of who would die first. He would die first anyway. I just feel like he's gonna have a soldier's death in the battlefield.
Yeah, me too. I don't think that Darth Vader's gonna kill Ahsoka. I really, really don't want that to happen. Not just because I like Ahsoka, but I still think it's close enough to the events that whether he wants to admit it or not, he's still kind of conflicted, and he's not. I mean, he's given into his anger, but if he sees Ahsoka, I don't know if he would be able to bring himself to kill her. I think he would hold back, but it would be in the sense that there wouldn't be a dialogue exchange. It would be kind of like Ahsoka knows he's holding back. He knows he's kind of holding back, but there's not going to be like a conversation about it. Ahsoka will just get away.
Oh, yeah. I agree with that a lot. I feel like at some extent you're going to tell that he holds back a little bit. At least I hope he does. But I also think that Ahsoka is going to be very conflicted in the fight.
Oh yeah, because she's not gonna want to kill him if she knows it's Anakin.
Yeah, I mean she'll be very confused, but I just don't see her having a desire to take him down. She might try to like bring him back to the good side, but which obviously won't work. But I just think that I couldn't see her full out trying to kill Anakin, because it's one thing where your master Obi-Wan tries to kill his Padawan. But it's a different thing when it's your own master that you have to kill, I feel like. It's
a different connection. It'd be like trying to kill your big brother or like kill you. Like it's
yeah.
It's different, I think. The attachment is different going each way. I'm concerned, but I think it's going to be more complicated than that, because Dave Filoni, I think we mentioned this last episode, that he didn't want Ahsoka just to be another reason that pushes Anakin further into the dark side.
Yeah.
That makes me think that she's not going to die, and it's going to be part of the conflicting nature of the whole thing. We'll see eventually, I think. I think the fight is completely inevitable.
All right. Plot twist. Ahsoka joins the dark side.
I was actually just about to bring that up. What if Darth Vader tries to recruit her?
I wouldn't be surprised if he tried to recruit her.
Sorry.
I just, he knows what a great fighter she is, and he also, I don't think, would want to kill her, so I think his first option would be to try to recruit her, because he doesn't want to kill her, but he also doesn't want to, let her go necessarily, but I just think that would be his first reaction.
Yeah, in the same way he didn't want to kill Luke, he wanted to first try and convert him.
Yeah.
I don't think Ahsoka's going to join the dark side, though.
Oh, no, I don't think so either. Though, would you rather have her die or join the dark side?
Oh, man, I think I'd rather have her die. I don't know. I really don't like either option. I mean, either way, it'll be emotionally compelling if she lives, if she dies, if she joins the dark side. But I think, optimally, as a character, I would want her to live and then be really, really upset about it, about what happened with Anakin.
I think in that decision, I'd want her to join the dark side, because there's still a chance she could be redeemed, maybe?
What would push her? I guess Anakin would be seducing her to join. He could convince her, maybe, but...
she's a very strong-willed, independent woman, so I don't think she would let anyone push her around. I mean, Anakin couldn't even convince her to come back to the
Jedi Order.
Yeah. So, I mean, to convince her to go to the dark side, that's a whole other thing that Anakin needed, months and years of, being whispered to in his ear. So, I just think that she doesn't have that. So I don't think she'll go to the dark side. But if she did, I would like it better than if she died, I think, because then she could still be redeemed.
Yeah.
Or, at the very least, maybe she's undercover in the dark side.
That could be interesting, though. The dark side seems really good at sensing thoughts and feelings. In the Emperor, we didn't get much of it in the prequels, but I mean, it's assumed that he's been slowly psychologically manipulating Anakin throughout the entire series of the Clone Wars. So,
yeah, they are good, but what if she doesn't interact with Sidious? I mean, if she only interacts with Vader, then I think if Vader wanted to believe enough that she's evil, then maybe he might look past it a little bit.
Yeah. The thing is that he doesn't see himself as evil. You know what I'm saying? He sees himself...
If you wanted to believe enough that she went to the dark side, we'll just leave it at that.
Yeah. Man, I'm very, very interested. So, great stuff. I'm very excited, to see where this goes. They're knocking it out of the park so far.
Yeah, they are. And you can tell that the whole team is on board with the clones, too. They all seem to have a trust in them that they initially grasped onto.
Yeah, I don't think Kanan completely trusts them.
I don't think so either, but I think he for sure trusts Ahsoka. So I think that he'll learn to trust them more. And he's working towards it. He already said in the episode that he it's hard, but he's working towards trusting them.
Yeah, I mean, he wants to do the right thing. I think he logically knows. It's like when you get dealt a piece of information or some advice that you're like, see, I know I should do that, but emotions don't work that way. You know, very, very conflicting. So it'll be good. All their interactions are going to be interesting to see. I like that they're keeping the thread of the Clone Wars and still keeping it relevant. I mean, because they were very integral, obviously, to what's happening now. Not just in timeline, but in consequences. So I think that's it for us here at Media Man headquarters in our non-existent headquarters. So if you liked the video, give us a like, subscribe, share it with your friends if you liked it. Leave us a comment below and let us know what you thought.
And let us know what you think Ahsoka's going to do. Is she going to die? Is she going to go to the dark side? Or is she just going to live on?
Or something that we haven't even thought of yet.
Let us know in the comments below.
So, thank you. Media Men out.
Subscribe!